Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello dear students, and welcome to CET JEE classes of the chapter Relations and Functions. We are just moving on from the set concept, and we are introducing the concept of relations and functions. Before we go into relations, we must understand what is the meaning of Cartesian product, or it is also called as cross product. Well, now if you have two sets A and B, then the Cartesian product of or the cross product of the sets A and B is denoted by A cross B. This is the notation, and how it is defined? It is defined by set of all ordered pairs A comma B, okay, where A belongs to the first set and B belongs to the second set. That is A cross B. Well, let us take an example. You have the set 1, 2, 3, and the set B is x, y. Then how do you write A cross B? So A cross B is 1 comma x. Understand this. First element must be selected from the first set, and the second element must be selected from the second set. So this is ordered pair A comma B. You must follow the same order. 1 comma x is not equal to x comma 1. Keep that in mind. That's why it is called ordered pair. Alright, so you have to follow the same order. You should not change the order in which you write the elements. Now use a comma to write the next element. Next you can go for 1 comma y, and then 2 comma x, and then you have 2 comma y, and then start with 3. So you have 3 comma x and 3 comma y, and that's it. So this is the set A cross B, and this is called Cartesian product or the cross product. Well, I hope that is very clear. Now come to the next point. If A has m elements and B has n elements, then A cross B has mn elements. Okay, so now what is m here? 3, and B has n elements, that is 2. Okay, so n of A is m, and that is 3 here, and n of B has 2 elements. Then what is number of elements in A cross B? Yes, that is mn. That is mn elements. That means 3 into 2, which is equal to 6 elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are totally 6 elements. So that is a simple thing to understand. Okay, when you have the cross product, how many elements will it have? It will have mn elements if A has m elements and B has n elements. Well, so that is just the introduction of this Cartesian product. Next we will solve a few examples, first with the Cartesian product, and then we will start to understand what is relations. Well, dear students, look at this example. You have got the set A, that is the set containing the elements A, B and C, and the set B set of all B, comma C and D. Well, and C is CDE, then find A minus B cross B intersection C. So let us solve this. So what we need to find first? Yes, we have to find A minus B, and then we have to find the set B intersection C, and then only we can find the cross product of those two sets. So start with the A minus B. You all know by now what is the meaning of A minus B. Subtraction, okay, the difference between the two sets. So from the set A you have to remove the elements of B, B, C, D. B, C, D is not there, so remove B and C. So what remains is only A, and then A intersection, so B intersection C. Now when you have the intersection, you go for the common elements B, C, D, and you have C, D, E. So which are the elements that are common? C and D. So C and D are the common elements. Now you can write the cross product of these two sets. Now how do you write the cross product? You write the set of all ordered pairs. The first element is selected from the first set and the second element is selected from the second set. So A comma C is the first ordered pair. Okay, A belongs to the first set and then C belongs to the second set. Now you have one more element in the second, so go for it, A comma D. Well, so that's it. So this is A minus B cross B intersection C. Shall we move on to the next question? Look at this question very carefully. You do not know the number of elements in the set A, but what do you know is A and B are not singleton. Okay, so they do not have just one element, they have more than one element, they are not singleton sets. Alright, so and n of A cross B is 21. So number of elements in A cross B is 21. A is a subset of B, that is also given. Then what is the ordered pair of n of A comma n of B? That means you just have to find the number of elements in the set A and number of elements in the set B. So this cannot be 1 because they are not singleton. And A is a subset of B. What do you mean by A is a subset of B? A is a smaller set than of the set B. Okay, so all the elements of A are found in the set B. Okay, so A will obviously have less elements, correct, than B. So B is the bigger set. Keep that thing also in mind. Now you have number of elements in A cross B is 21. So what are the different ways we can write this 21? See what are the possible possible number of elements in A. The possible number of elements in A can be 3, and this can have 7, or you can have 7 into 3, correct, or you can have 21 into 1, 1 into 21. Look at these two. Here B has 1 element and A has 21 elements. Now is this possible? Here A has 1 element and B has 21 elements. See, they are saying A and B are not singleton, therefore they cannot have just 1 element. They should have more than 1 element. Therefore this is not possible. That's not possible. Why? Because A and B n of A is not equal to 1 and n of B is also not equal to 1. So number of elements in the set A and B is not 1, okay, because they are not singleton, it's more than 1. Okay, so only these two things are possible now. So just let's work with those two. Once again, when you look at this, you have number of elements in A is 3, number of elements in B is 7. Okay, here when you come, you have number of elements in A is 7, number of elements in B is 3. Now tell me, is this possible? Now tell me, is this possible? In this case, A has more elements than B. Correct? A has more elements than B. Is it allowed? No, it's not allowed. It's not possible at all, because B is the bigger set. B must have more elements. So this is not possible. Why? Because number of elements in A must be less than or equal to number of elements in B. Okay, so number of elements in A should have lesser elements, because that's a subset of B. All the elements are found in B, but not all the elements of B are found in A. Okay, B is the biggest set. B has some extra elements. So number of elements in B is more. Alright, so the only possibility that we have is this: number of elements of A are less than number of elements of B. Therefore 3, 7 is the right choice for us. Well, so that is about finding the number of elements of A and B if A cross B is given. Well, let's move on to the next concept. Hello dear students, and welcome to CET JEE classes of relations and functions. So now let us understand what is the meaning of a relation. See, understand the sequence. First we have understood what is the meaning of a set, and then we learnt about the cross product. If there are two sets A and B, or if there is only one set A, we can find the cross product A cross A. Alright, now in this class let us continue and understand what is the meaning of a relation. See, relation is a subset of A cross B, that's it. Alright, you have the set A and you have a set B, let us say AB. Then what is A cross B? Well, so A cross B is 1 comma A, and then 1 comma B, you have 2 comma A and 2 comma B. So that's a relation. Now that's a Cartesian product, right? Now in this Cartesian product, how many subsets possible? Understand, if A has 2 elements, then 2 square 4 subsets are possible in A. What is the formula? 2 raised to m. If n of A is equal to m, then number of elements in the power set, that means the subsets, this is the number of subsets, 2 raised to m. Now how many elements are there in A cross B? In A cross B there are 4 elements. So how many subsets possible? Number of elements in the power set of A cross B. So there are 4 here, so this will be 2 raised to 4, so 16 subsets possible. So there will be totally 16 subsets for A cross B, and all those subsets are relations. You take any subset, okay, any particular subsets, so that is a relation. For example, I write a relation like this. I'll write just 1 comma A and 2 comma A. So this is also a relation. Yes, so that is also a relation. You can write any other subset. You just write one element, 1 comma A, okay, singleton set, but still that is a subset, and that's a relation. So every subset is a relation. Now come to this point. If n of A has m elements, n of B has n elements, then how many relations possible? 2 raised to mn. So 2 raised to mn is what I have written here, because this is m, which is 2, and number of elements, okay, so that is also 2, right? Now this is mn, 2 into 2, and this is mn. So mn is 2 raised to 2 into 2, 2 raised to 4, which is 16. Well, I hope you understood the link. Okay, so if A has m elements and b has n elements, then total number of relations, total subsets, how many subsets possible? 2 raised to 4, 2 raised to mn. Alright, m is 2 and n is also 2. Well, so please understand the connection. What is the relation? Subset. So number of subsets of A cross B is number of relations. So they mean the same, one another, the same. Well, now what if you have only one set? You have only one set. Then how do you form the relation? You do not have two different sets here. There is only one. So how do you form a relation? How do you form a relation? You got to find A cross A first, because a relation on A is a subset of A cross A. So that's a subset of A cross A. Now what is A cross A? You must take A once again. Alright, now form the relation. Now form the cross product between A and A. First element from this A and second element from the second A. Alright, then 1 comma 2 and start with 2. So you have 2 comma 1 and then 2 comma 2. Right, so first 1 comma 1, then 1 comma 2, then 2 comma 1 and then 2 comma 2. So that's the way we write the Cartesian product, the cross product. Now how do you find a relation? You just write any subset. Okay, you just write any random subset. How many subsets possible? Again 16. Again 16 subsets possible, because A has 2 elements. Okay, so if A has 2 elements, number of elements in A is m, number of elements in B is also m, both are same. So that will be 2 raised to m into m. So 2 raised to m square it is. Alright, well, now a relation, I can just write 1 comma 1, 2 comma 1, okay, or I can add one more or delete one more. You can write all the 4, you can just write 1, you don't have to write any. Even the empty set is a relation. Okay, empty set is also a relation. Well, so that is about this point. Now what if A comma B belong to R? How do you read it? Okay, now I am saying 2 comma 1 belongs to the relation. 2 comma 1 belongs to the relation. Next, how do I read this? How do I read this? I say that A is related to B. That means 2 is related to 1. 2 is related to 1. Okay, that's how I read it. Or I can simply write 2 is related to 1. Okay, so this is another symbol that you should keep in mind. Some questions you may find this symbol. So what is the meaning of it? A is related to B. That means A comma B belongs to the set or belongs to the relation R. So that is about the notations. Alright, and a few important concepts based on the concept of relation. So I hope that makes sense to you. Alright, so if you have two different sets, then relation is a subset of A cross B. If you have only one set, then relation is a subset of A cross A. Alright, so you will have the objects like 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, correct? So you will have objects like that. Now we will continue and understand the different types of relations. Alright, different types of relations. If this is clear, let's move on and find how many types are there and what are they.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.